welcome to this video. Now today is going to be quite an exciting unboxing video because it is the release day of the latest addition to the Paul McCartney archive collection. So I'm going to be opening the deluxe edition of Flaming Pie. So it arrived today. It's still in its Amazon box, so I've not had a look at it yet, so we will just crack it open. Now while I'm just opening it, I mean, a lot of people, when it was announced, were complaining about the price of it, and I will agree it was a bit more pricey compared to the other archive sets of recent years, and yeah, I did think twice about buying it, I must admit. But I kind of just thought, you know what, I mean, I would regret it like if I didn't buy it and it ends up shooting up like in value like in like a few years time. Plus Flaming Pie is one of my favourite albums by Paul, so yeah, I just really wanted it, so I thought, you know what, I'll just bite the bullet and get it. So yeah, enough yapping by me, let's just get the thing open here. So it's just in a Amazon box, that's where I got it from, and here we are. So, it comes packaged like this. Oh, this is a real thick one. Really thick, this one here. So, it comes packaged like this here. So, in a sort of cardboard, has like outer protection on it, which is really nice. And there's the cover. This is the back of it here. So, it's just got the usual information there. So, with this edition, this is probably the most hefty archive one which I've got, because you get 5 CDs and 2 DVDs on here. So we'll just get open and then I'll quickly go through the contents of it. So just trying to work out what the best way to do this will be. Just need to just sort of slice it somewhere, and then we can get into it a little bit. Here we are, just taking the shrink wrap off. I must say, with these archive sets, I love how they keep them consistent, like from like set to set. Everyone has the same sort of style, they're all the same size, and yeah, they just look really, really, really nice, like along like your shelf. So here we are. So that's just the shrink wrap. I will keep that because you do get the sticker, what has just a little summary of what you get in the set. So there's the back sheet, which I'll go through. This just slides off. There we are, and this is what it is here. So Flaming Pie, there we are, there's the cover of it, and the back of it here. So I've got number 1312 there for anyone who's interested in that. And yeah, like I said, love how it's fairly consistent with the other ones. Again, they're all slightly different, these ones here. This one I think opens up like so you got like a magnetic thing, whereas I think with the more recent ones like Retro Speedway and Tug of War 1000, the books all came out the side, like it was just like a box, whereas this one's more like a lid sort of affair. So we'll get into that, but this is the back of it here, which just sort of summarises the contents of it. So as I said, you get the remastered album, a disc of home recordings, some in-the-studio outtakes, rough mixes and whatnot. And then you get a CD4, which is, I think, just sort of random B-sides, so songs like which weren't on the album, and plus a couple of the Ubo Jubo tracks, which is a kind of like a radio show which Paul done to promote the album. Which again, those are littered with interviews and various outtakes. And then you get 2 DVDs. So one is the In the World Tonight documentary, making of documentary, and then you also get a second DVD which has music videos and interviews and various other bits and bobs on it there. So fairly well packed. I mean, some of the first CDs they could have maybe combined like a couple off the discs there, because they are it's maybe about what you get about 11 tracks on each of the first 2 discs. They could have maybe been combined slightly. But yeah, here's the cover. One thing I've noticed with this one, which I'm a bit miffed about, is there's a slight ding down the cover. I'm not sure if you can see that. There's a wee line there, which I'm not sure that's supposed to be there. So that's a little bit disappointing. Something which I've just picked up on here. I mean, it's not really noticeable, but it is definitely there. There is a sort of definite crease going down it there. So yeah, that's something a little bit disappointing. But anyway, it opens up like so. So as I said, this sort of magnetic thing, it's quite a strong magnet actually, comes out there. And then it opens up like a sort of a lid book affair. So the first thing you get inside of the box, actually I'll show that last, that'll be easier. So the first thing in the box, all the contents is sort of here. It comes with a sort of bit of cloth, what you can pull up to access all the contents. But then there's also a sort of a ridge there, so I can get into everything fairly easily. So the first thing is the main booklet. which we all like know and love with these archive editions. So this just sort of essays about the different stages of the making of the album. Again, this is really nice. Again, it's the usual great quality with the archive set. Sort of starts off a bit about the background of the album. So it probably starts off roughly when Paul was doing the Beatles anthologies. A lot of photos in here which I have not seen. I'm not familiar with many of these photos, and this is just what makes the archive these archive sets like so great. Again, you've got sort of facsimile lyrics there, which is really nice. Here's a, what do you get here? This is Flaming Pies, 6 recipes by Linda McCartney. Might give that to my sister actually, because she's a vegan, so there might be something like in there for her. And so yeah, it's just like little things like that. Who's this? This is Paul, and is that Steve Miller? Maybe him there. I'm not too sure. I know that he collaborated with Paul on some of the songs here. I know that also Jeff Lynne produced some of this album, so I hope that there's some nice photos of Jeff Lynne in here as well. There's one there, but I think we've seen that photo before. And yeah, just a lot of like leading up to do here. So yeah, it looks really nice. Again, it's usual great quality, and it just sort of again goes through a lot of the making of the album. There's that photo there, which you all know, but in colour there for the first time. So just little things like that will really make this. Here's some of Paul promoting the album. Says on TFI Friday there. So yeah, a lot to delve into with this booklet. And again, it's very well done. Actually, this is actually quite funny here. I've just noticed this is the back page of it, so you get Flaming Pie, and then I've just noticed a Beautiful South advert as well. So one of my other favourite bands there. So yeah, that's kind of funny there. And then more Flaming Pie pictures. So yeah, that is the main book there. So the next thing you come to in here is this, which looks like that, and I believe this is the CDs here, yes. So it opens up. This is quite thick, this actually. It's sort of like a quarterfold sort of job. Wow, this is massive, bloody massive this. So I think this first disc is the remastered album. It's a bit tricky to come out these. You need to be very delicate with them. I won't take that out just now, but that's the remastered album in there. And then you get all the other bonus CDs which I was talking about earlier, so that you get the 2 DVDs and then the other CDs along the top here. This is the coming soon cards, of which in the last few archive editions have been blank, so I think they're just kind of keeping it open. That's all, I've been like quite flexible, but there's all the ones which you get so far in the series. And then just in here is my high-res audio download, which I barely use anyway. And this is something which is slightly different from the other archives. You get a little booklet in here, which I believe is just track-by-track information. So this is basically just like a recreation of the original CD booklet, but kind of scaled up like a little bit. So you get the lyrics and then little sleeve notes about each of the songs. But as I said, all these were included with the original album. So there's nothing really too new with this, but it is good to have it though. Again, lots of pictures. There's one of Ringo, more of Paul there. So yeah, this is a really nice thing to have here. Glad they included that. A lovely photo there of Linda. So yeah, I'll just pop that back in there for now. Okay, then we're still not done because there's still a couple of folders left in here. So this says Flaming Pie Corrections, I think. This is a bit of a throwback to like the Ram box set here, with these sort of like these string sort of tied boxes. So I believe it just sort of comes away like that. And then in here, I think is sort of photographs maybe, or what is this? Oh, these are like sort of facsimile lyric write-outs here. So this is what Paul likes to do with these ones here. Sort of like replicas of his handwritten lyrics. I mean, a lot of this stuff, will you look at it all the time? Probably not. I mean, it's nice to have. It's very well done. It's great quality. It can be quite interesting as well, sort of seeing some of these songs which didn't make it onto the album. Here's some lyrics to a song called Love Mix, which I think was a B-side or like went like unreleased for like a few years. So yeah, it's just sort of like shots of making like of the album through Paul's like original, like sort of like handwriting lyrics here. So yeah, these are quite nice to have. Well, so you get another one, Find Love, early version of Young Boy. There's this thing which I assume Paul drew, just a weird sort of self-portrait thing. More lyrics, more just bits and bobs really, to be honest with you. What's this? The songs we were singing, an early version of that there. And this is, looks like a wee newspaper here, but I think it was a promo thing called The Flame. And yeah, this is, again, it's just like a newspaper, this really, but all about sort of promoting the album. And yeah, you've even got a wee crossword there, like on the back. So yeah, great that they chuck all this stuff in. It just really adds to the experience and the overall package. Okay, and then the next folder is a similar kind of affair. This one's just a sort of like an envelope style thing. I'm not too sure what is this in here. This looks like this club sandwich. Alright, this is the original fanzine what was made about the album. So a full-size magazine here. Nice picture of Paul there, like on the back. Again, I think this was issued at the time. So yeah, this is really interesting. Here, again, a lot of sleeve notes about each of the songs. Not sure if this is, again, just copied and pasted from the CD linear notes. It'd be a bit disappointing, like, if it is. But yeah, just some more pictures. Yeah, more about, like, the songs and that. A bit from, what's this, Mark Lewisham there. So the famous sort of Beatles biographer. A bit about the instruments and the gear used on the track. So yeah, this seems like it's really nice thing like to have included. Again, it's all really great quality. This sort of slides into this sort of envelope here. So just put that back. And then the last thing in here is this, which is, it says Songbook on the front of it. And again, this looks like it's maybe just more like lyrics and stuff. Although you do get some nice photographs there. There's one off his Hofner bass. It just sort of says it like on the back there. And it basically says, I think, who plays what on each track. So here we've got Flaming Pie, so it says Paul plays piano, Jeff, I assume that's Jeff Lynne, plays a Fender Telecaster. It says like what sort of amps and that like they're using. So yeah, this is actually really cool, like for someone like who is all into like their instruments and like sort of like guitars and like whatnot. There's a track there for Souvenir. It's a bit tricky like to read that, but it's all there. Again, these sort of nice sort of glossy like photographs of each instrument included. So yeah, this is really nicely done, I think. Again, a lot to really get like your teeth into here. There's even a sitar, which I'm not sure who played that, or even, to be honest, like where it is like on the album. I can't remember there being like any songs featuring like a sitar like on this album, but yeah, I'm probably wrong there. But yeah, no, this is all really nice here. Again, said just like lots of like little photographs in there, so I just put that back. And the final thing, which again I said I would show, was just on the inside of the box, which seems like the original sort of like letter, like which like Paul like wrote, like which accompanied like the original album, like in fact. But it's just nice to say like it came off the back of like the anthologies and all that sort of stuff. Like I think like we're quite familiar like with this. And yeah, that is us done. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this look over the archive edition of Flaming Pie. Yeah, so is it worth the money? I think I will leave you to make up like your own minds on that. I'm definitely glad that I bought it. There's a lot of content. There's enough content like to delve into like with this. Plus all like the extras. Yeah, I am overall quite pleased with my purchase here. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you all next time for the next video. Goodbye.